All right, welcome back to day 2 of From Fat to Thin, Together We Win. So I am just freaking out. So much emotions and feelings. Okay, in no order. So yesterday I went to a wedding with my girlfriend. It was a Vietnamese wedding. So they serve food on top of food on top of food. First of all, I put on my suit, which I can barely fit into because I'm so fat right now, for lack of other words. I don't know about you, but I usually have like 3 different sets of outfits. I have thin outfits, average outfits, and then fat outfits. And I vary depending on the different stages of my life. And over the course of, 2 or 3 years, I'll go up and then go back down. So this suit that I put on, this suit, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, I almost got it tailored to be brought in because I had lost so much weight that the thing was hanging on me. And now, yesterday at this wedding, I'm wearing this thing, and I'm like barely able to button the jacket. The pants are barely fitting. I'm really uncomfortable sitting at the table. And then, it's a Vietnamese wedding, and Vietnamese people are all like super slim. So here I am, the big fat white guy, just like, oh God. And I'm having all this head stuff around that. And then, and then I say to myself, okay, why do you spend your time making the videos? Why don't you just spend that time like going and exercising, and then you don't have to worry about losing weight. You'll be in shape just by doing that. Yes, I know that. I've done that a million times. Here's one for you. Just do it. There you go. Just go do it. Now, since it's just that simple, why aren't we all in great shape? Simple. Because we do it until we don't. But then there's other things that we do, and we keep doing it. Oh, habit, and this and that, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. My butt. My philosophy, my theory is that life is so set up to sabotage us that unless we really, really orient ourselves around health and well-being, it's almost impossible to continue to honor a plan, a process, a rhythm that will keep us in shape. I hope I don't look too weird. The sun is right in my face, but it's a beautiful sunrise. Here, I'll show you. Can you see that? I mean, it's absolutely beautiful, but anyways, here we go. A little bit better. I'll go like this. This might be a little easier for me. So, my ex-girlfriend, she is probably the most in-fit person that I've ever had in my life on a personal level. And we were together for many years, and I know for a fact that she had a lot of emotional stuff around looking good. Not in a vain way. She was probably the least vain person I've ever known, but it was so important to her to always be in excellent physical shape. And she's won like beauty pageants. She's become a fitness coach. She does health coaching, diet coaching, all that sort of stuff. But as much as I appreciate her commitment and her drive, it's not because she has a special level of drive and commitment. I think it has more to do with pure terror and fear that she lives in that keeps her motivated to do that. And I know for myself, when I've been in my best physical shape, when I've looked the best, there's a lot of fear around it. Usually I was recently single, of course. Imagine that. And when we go through being recently single or something like that, all of a sudden it's like, whoa, we take a look at ourselves. You try to meet other people, and you have to make that choice. Am I going to live the rest of my life alone in the quiet shame of my own living room, or am I going to try to get out there? And I would always say, well, I'm going to try to get out there. And so then I would, wind up losing lots of weight, going to the gym a little bit, get myself looking good, and then, and then I meet somebody I like, and then I don't need to keep burning the midnight oil. And, for me to lose weight and to stay in decent shape, my calorie intake went way down. And my diet was really, really strict. Like, basically I would eat like the equivalent of about 1 steak every day and the equivalent of about 1 or 2 salads every day. And, I would, as I do these videos, as you notice I'm walking, I generally walk about 4 to 5 miles a day. This is before I even do anything else. So, as I understand it, if you run 4 or 5 miles or you walk 4 or 5 miles, it's about very similar. And I've I've learned that when I walk a lot, I tend to lose the most weight. Maybe it's physical, maybe it's cardio, maybe it's also the psychology of it, clearing my head out and doing a little meditation in the morning. You know, here we are, day 2, and I had a difficult time sleeping because I was thinking about all this stuff, like, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? I feel like a total weirdo. Like, why am I making a YouTube channel to document, hopefully document my weight loss, but more so what I'm documenting is the neurosis that happens in my head, and the trauma and the fear and the shame and the hope and my philosophy again is that these things are all the same thing, that the trauma and the neurosis and the weight fluctuation, that they are related. And so that's why I'm doing this channel. I mean, already today, this is only day 2, right? Today is November 26th, 2022. 2 days after Thanksgiving. Already on day 2, I don't want to do this. I woke up this morning, I'm just like, I don't want to do this stupid video. I feel like an idiot. I feel like a total idiot. And then even worse, look, it's not just posting videos of myself, which feels super vain, but it's also that I'm walking around talking to my own camera, you know, and you probably you don't see it necessarily, but people are looking at me, you know, and I get, like, if I was an 18-year-old TikToker or something like that, yeah, sure, fine. But, you know, I'm a 53-year-old dude walking around having a YouTube channel. I've got a YouTube channel. Like, I just feel like, oh, dude, you're so pathetic. That's how I feel. I feel really pathetic. I feel like I'm like on my last, it's like the most, like, it's like, what do you do when you got nothing else? And I guess, you know, there's that ego that says, I don't want to do this because I don't want to admit that I'm that far down that I have to create a YouTube channel to keep myself in check, to get myself to do what I need to do, to lose the weight and to keep it off. It's not about losing weight. Everybody, like I said, everybody knows how to lose weight. It's keeping the weight off for good. And that, I got to assume, is a psychological thing. And I don't want to be somebody who's obsessed with weight and fitness. I just don't want to live my life that way. But where's the happy medium? You know, how do I do it? And how do I implement it into my life? And how can I maybe share that with other people? And then you can experience that. And maybe even have a network of people, you know, a tribe of people, and we can grow and develop together. And again, I don't want to hear a bunch of crap about, you know, how to do better sit-ups, or, you know, oh, eat this way and do that. Everybody knows that. It's doing it. Just do it. Okay, yeah, all right, okay. When I look around and I see people my age, I assure you, nobody's just doing it. So that stuff isn't working. At least not over the long haul, maybe for 6 months or a year. Another thought that came to my head that I wanted to share is that there are very few organizations that make money, that profit from you and I being fit or being healthy. Now, of course, there's a little bit of a health industry and supplement industry and Weight Watchers and stuff like that, but those are really, really, really small parts of the economic system. Let's look at the economic system that benefits, that profits off of you and I not being in good shape. So obviously the food industry, if they can get us to eat more, they make more money. Just that simple. And the cheaper they can make their food, and the more delicious they can make it, the more profit they make at our expense, obviously, number one. And then there's the health, like medical industry. All of those organizations make money because we're not healthy. I mean, if we live a long and healthy life and then drop dead in our sleep, nobody makes any money off of that. You know that the number one cause of bankruptcy in the United States is health and medical bills. Number one cause of bankruptcy in the United States is medical bills. So you live your whole life, hopefully gathering up your nest egg, getting some resources, hoping to have something to pass on to your kids and grandkids. Nope, in the last few years of your life, all that money and all those resources get gobbled up by the medical industry. That's an indication as to how incredibly profitable that industry is. The marketing of all these products, of all these services, the distribution, the logistics. And then, oh, here's one for you. How about pharmaceuticals? Do you think they make money because you and I aren't healthy? Oh my God, they make ungodly amounts of money. They own patents on how to be profitable off of you and I's bad health. The list goes on and on and on. I'm sure there's a million other organizations that profit from us being unhealthy. But if you just add just those three, pharmaceuticals, healthcare industry, and food, I bet you that's a pretty big chunk of our economy. And I bet there's a lot of people that are making a living off of that need us to be unhealthy to sustain that, you know? On the other hand, again, if we live a healthy life, just be fit. I'm not saying be a rock star. I'm saying just be height and weight appropriate. Then those people tend to live longer. They tend to die of they just basically drop dead. But people who eat poorly and don't exercise tend to have very, very long and drawn out health illnesses and sicknesses that ultimately culminate into their death. And it's a painful, slow death, right? It doesn't happen in days. It usually happens over the course of years. And we've all seen it. We all know what it looks like. And, so much of that could be remediated just by us eating less food and doing some basic stuff, go for a walk, that sort of stuff. Why is it that in Europe, the average person is so much more fit than the average American? I also have to think that might have to do with what's actually in our food. Hydrogenated things, how do you mix hydrogen with something? And as I understand, when you mix hydrogen into food, like butter or margarine or something like that, it triggers something in our brain that tells us that we're not full, and so we eat more of it. And sugar industry, there's a whole industry unto itself that, I don't think it's a coincidence that our food is marked, that it says how much protein and how much we should be eating, how much sodium and how much sodium we should eat, how many calories and how many calories we should eat. But it does say how much sugar, but it doesn't say how much we should eat. And I hate to say it, I think that the answer is there's no amount of sugar we should eat. The amount of sugar we should eat comes naturally if we eat healthy food, vegetables, a little bit of fruit, high protein, that kind of thing, or whatever. I mean, if you're a vegan, there's a million different ways to eat healthy, so I don't want to propose that there's a right way. Whatever works for you, I think is the right way, and whatever's sustainable in your lifestyle. I don't think it would be very realistic for the Eskimos to be vegan, or whatever. You get the idea. You'll eat what's indigenous to your world. Thank you for watching my video, and I hope that this has some value to you. If it does, hit the like button. Say something. Let me know that I'm not crazy, or if I am crazy, I guess whatever thoughts or feelings you have, I'd love to hear them. Smash the like button, subscribe, call up your friends and family that you haven't talked to in many, many years. Tell your boss at work, tell your employees, your coworkers, all your clients, everybody. Tell everybody in the world that Graysen is doing this YouTube video and he's going from fat to thin because together we win. All right. I love you. Hope this video helps you. Take care. Bye-bye.